flooding. So I know we're not expecting any rain today.
Yeah,
okay,
we're looking good today with that, but we've had plenty of it. Yeah. This summer's been, it's just too humid when it's not raining, and then when it does come down, it just comes down in buckets, and we deal with those issues. So.
Trees down, you know, flooding and all of that. So hopefully we don't have to experience that this week. Let's see. But today, though, it is going to be hot, so make sure you're drinking a lot of water.
If it's not one thing, it's another, Shanika. Yeah. And today it's the brutal heat. Tomorrow we'll talk about that rain here in just a second. But yeah, looking outside there, I mean, this is the peak of it right here, folks. We've been slowly building to this point throughout the week, and this will be the last day of the brutally hot temperatures we've had at times. And it's not just the temperature. Again, it's more about that heat index that feels like reading. Folks, back in June, we actually had our hottest day of the year at 99 degrees. That was during one of our first heat waves of the summer. Right now, those temperatures are currently climbing into the lower 90s. Most of us will end up in the upper 90s later today, around 97, 98 degrees. So if you go by that standard, no, today is not expected to be the hottest day of the year. But unfortunately, when you combine temperatures that high with dew point readings and humidity levels this high, well, you're going to end up with that excessive heat index where it just feels that much hotter out there. And right now we do have triple-digit heat index numbers in and around the district, and even as you slide up toward the Frederick area, down toward Annapolis, Waldorf, and Lexington Park, you're noticing those triple digits becoming a lot more common, and it will be later on today that we see the peak of those heat index numbers. Now, what's going to change things right here? There is a front that is spreading itself out across the Midwest and the Great Lakes, ever so gradually dropping south. It's getting pushed down by an area of high pressure that's way up in Canada, and as that front swings through, that next high pressure comes in. That's what's going to pull down the much cooler air we will finally get to experience. It is going to feel fantastic by later this weekend, but hey, we have to get through today and tomorrow in order to get there. And this is where those heat index numbers are expected to get by 3 p.m. this afternoon. There you have it. Triple digits across the board, and on the more extreme end of things for at least a few hours, you'll see that heat index up around 108 in places like the district. Parts of southern Maryland down into northern Virginia usually see the higher heat index numbers as well. So be prepared for that as we go throughout the afternoon. We've been talking about it all week. Just continue to take those precautions to stay cool, stay hydrated, or just stay out of the heat the best you can throughout the rest of the day today. Now, with that front swinging in and how humid, hot it is, we are looking at an elevated risk for heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding. That's what all this yellow is on the map for the excessive rainfall outlook tomorrow. Level 2 out of 4 is in place for most of the DMV. With flooding being our main concern, there could be a couple of stronger storms in the mix that could produce gusty winds as well, but it's all going to be about how much rain we see throughout the day tomorrow. Now, this afternoon, we'll see a few spotty storms back out toward the mountains west of I-81. The rest of us, though, no relief from this heat as we stay high and dry. Now, here we go. Building into the day on Thursday. The morning will be quiet, but as we head into the afternoon, that activity will start to spark up. And like similar rain events we've seen earlier this summer, most of the DMV, yes, you'll see some storms, you'll see a little bit of rainfall, but you should be fine. You're not going to experience that flooding. However, there is going to be that chance through the afternoon, evening tomorrow. Look at the scattered red on the map. Those are those pockets of heavier rain that could dump 2 to 3 inches in an hour, and you could end up leading to that flooding issue across parts of the region. But we clear it out after that heavy rain on Thursday, which we do have a DMV first warning in effect for. And look at the weekend, around 80 degrees, no humidity, downright beautiful Saturday and Sunday.
I cannot